Wow, guys, we finally made it. The big 1-0-0. There's just so many people I want to thank for this. Burbalays, I wouldn't be here without you, man. Thank you for commissioning the absolute worst video of all time. Thank you. And you, Dennis stole my big, beautiful Asian man.
Probably did.
Thank you for pointing out this absolute abomination of human existence to me to cover. You the real OG. You the real OG. But most importantly, thank you to all of you. I want to thank each and every one of you for making this dream possible. You are the real MVP. You the real MVP. But no, seriously, thank you to everyone who supported my last video. It definitely surpassed all of my expectations, that's for sure. I've seen all your guys' comments and support, and I really do appreciate it. The dick sucking definitely gave me a little chubby in my pants, for sure. Hopefully this is the beginning of something bigger, you know, for all of us. But for now, I'm just glad that you all enjoyed the video and the content that I make. You know, that's the most important thing at the end of the day. Anyway, I jerked myself off enough. I just wanted to kind of get that out of the way, you know. Thank you all again, and let's get to the topic of today's video. Alrighty, welcome back everyone to your daily dose of degeneracy and debauchery. I hope you're prepared for this spoonful because this one's gonna be a bit of a doozy. So recently, former chairman of the board of World Wrestling Entertainment, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, has been accused again for some sexual oopsies with his previous co-workers. Except this time, it looks like that they sprinkled some Tate Alfredo on this pizza pie and slapped him with a trafficking allegation as well. Quite the year that 2024 is shaping up to be, eh? First we got the Epstein list, and now this new news with Vince. I guess this truly is the year of the horny rich white guy doing terrible shit. Now, I alluded before that this is not Vince's first rodeo with sexual abuse accusations. There's actually been quite a few other cases as well, a recent one being in 2022 when he was basically accused of giving his secretaries hush money so he could keep banging their bongos in secret, while also passing them around the office for other dudes to enjoy. Kinda like that one kid in grade school that pulled a shiny Charizard and he kept passing it around the table for all of his friends to awe at and glory. You know, minus the cum. And then we have this other case in 2006 where he tried forcing himself on a tanning salon employee in Florida and was later arrested and charged with sexual battery, but doesn't really look like it went anywhere. And that seems to be the unfortunate trend with a lot of these accusations with Vince, honestly. They don't seem to translate into any real serious repercussions for him, and oftentimes seem to just fizzle out into the ether. I think the closest form of punishment we got was the 2022 allegations. I think the heat got so bad that Vince actually had to step down for a bit for everything to kind of blow over, and then he eventually came back later. Unfortunately, that could very well be the case here. You know, without any concrete evidence, it's likely that Vince will probably find a way to weasel out of punishment again to some degree for this. That is, if Vince is actually guilty. And since this is an ongoing investigation, I'm not going to definitively say Vince is guilty or innocent. You know, I very much believe in that whole philosophy of innocent until proven guilty. I will say though that usually an innocent man doesn't have this many concurrent accusations of this nature under their belt, and some of the examples that I think Miss Grant, who is currently suing WWE, brought forth in her statements, they're just a little bit too specific to not have originated at least in some semblance of truth. During her subsequent time with WWE, McMahon allegedly subjected Grant to acts of extreme cruelty and degradation, causing her to disassociate and or become numb to the reality in order to survive, according to the lawsuit. One particularly disturbing encounter in the lawsuit occurred in May of 2020, when McMahon defecated on Miss Grant during a threesome, and then commanded her to continue pleasuring his friend, with feces in her, oh my fucking god, and feces in her hair and running down her back, while McMahon went to the bathroom to shower off. The complaint alleges in another incident at WWE headquarters, Grant said both McMahon and Laurinaitis forced her behind locked door and sexually assaulted her. She begged them to stop, but they forced themselves onto her, each taking turns restraining her for the other, while saying no means okay. Who would have guessed a man who would book a match where he gets to strangle his daughter on live pay-per-view would be just a little bit off his rocker. Now, there's a few other claims that Grant makes which involve Vince passing her nudes around like trading cards, him gaslighting her into having sex with other staff and wrestlers. Really just some psychotic, power-hungry stuff. I mean, you don't take a dookie on a woman's head top for sexual pleasure. Like, that just has to be like a dominance kink, right? Actually, let me rephrase that. Vince, I hope it's a fucking dominance kink for your sake. So, what does the company as a whole feel about all of this? Well, for the most part, they've been pretty hush-hush since Vince has stepped down. Although I can't imagine that they're not sleeping too comfortably these days after signing a $5 billion streaming deal with Netflix recently. I hope for their sake that they had a sexual deviant Vince clause in the contract so they won't be able to back out. I guess it is worth mentioning that former wrestler, now CCO of WWE, Conan the Barbarian, was asked about the lawsuit with Vince. Nothing really of note in his response, the typical, I'd rather not focus on stuff like that kind of thing. So yeah, I really have no idea where this case will go from here. If Vince is truly guilty, I hope this is the last stop for him, and he actually gets some jail time from this for what he's done. Well, him and any other employees who were involved in it as well. And I guess another lesson to take away from this is that the pursuit of money really is a dangerous thing. And I understand that having an old dude waving around millions in your face for sexual favors is pretty tempting. But ultimately, the damage to your psyche and mental stability is never worth the amount of zeros in your bank account at the end of the day. And this is not to say that Grant was at fault in any way, if all of this is true. But it is something to definitely consider for any of you young ladies out there who are presented with a similar situation. You may never know for sure how deep the rabbit hole goes until you're looking in the mirror with a freshly coiled log on your face. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done with this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below if old Vinny Roo is innocent or guilty, and what you think about these allegations in general as well. And I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.